All right, I am here with David Azizi from the law offices of David Azizi, and a very hot topic that has come up lately is texting while driving. And there's a national campaign in all 50 states to make the pledge to stop texting while driving. And anyone who has texted while driving a vehicle knows how unsafe it is because you're not paying attention, you're paying more attention to the words, and you're trying to type letters on your phone. Anyone that's tried it knows. I mean, I am guilty as charged, and I won't do it again because I almost got into an accident one time, and that's the last time I will do it. So the question remains, when you're stopped at a red light, or let's say you're stopped at a stop sign and there's a traffic jam, or you're sitting in traffic and it hasn't moved in the last 20 minutes, would that be considered texting while driving? So David, in the state of California, if you're stopped at a red light and it takes 3 minutes for this red light to change, can you text while driving, or is that considered texting while driving or not?
But it's interesting you pose that question because we just did a video about as to whether an individual is allowed or it's okay for them to use their phone for GPS purposes. And an individual got ticketed, I believe, last name of Mr. Spriggs, and he fought the ticket, and the court level, which I believe it was in Fresno. I'm looking at where it was. Yeah, Fresno County Superior Court. And the initial trial court found him at fault. He appealed, and basically his argument was that the statute per California, which is, and I don't want to misquote it, which is Vehicle Code Section 23-123, states that a person shall not drive a motor vehicle while using a wireless telephone unless the telephone is specifically designed and configured to allow hands-free listening and talking, and is used in that manner while driving. Well, what he argued is, I'm not using my telephone either to talk on it or listen, therefore the statute, I didn't commit any wrongful act per the rules of the statute. And the appellate court that reviewed the matter actually agreed with him, and this is what they said, is that had the legislature intended to prohibit drivers from holding the telephone and using it for all purposes, it would not have limited the telephone's required design and configuration to hands-free listening and talking, but would have used broader language such as hands-free operation or hands-free use. So essentially what the court is saying in a nutshell is the statute in California wasn't as broad to say, look, you're prohibited from any use of your cell phone, and it has to be a hands-free operation while driving your vehicle. You can't operate anything else. Or it has to be, hands-free. Instead, what it just limited it to is hands-free listening and talking. So in theory, you can argue that I'm not using my phone when I'm texting it to listen or talk on it. I was simply using it to text, and that doesn't involve any talking or listening. That having been said, there has not been any decision with regards to texting while using your phone, whether you're stopped or you're moving. I would highly suggest against it. I would suggest that you don't engage in that activity, and if a case like that came up, the appellate court could easily analyze it in a different way and find against you. And that, again, also, I would say, like you started out, it could distract you and cause an accident. And even if you say it's not against the law that I can text, you causing an accident is still you being distracted, and you will still be found responsible for the accident because they say, fine, you're not at fault for texting while driving, but you're at fault for not paying attention and causing this accident, and that was negligent on your part. So there's differences. So you may not get a traffic ticket, but you will be responsible for a hefty amount if you cause an accident. Based on that, I would probably say that you could probably text, but I would, again, like I said, highly advise against it.
Absolutely. And if you have been in any type of car accident as it relates to personal injury, please feel free to contact the law offices of David Azizi. You will find the phone number both above in the YouTube video as well as below. And thank you for your time, David.
Thank you.